we can unstick ourselves. And the big thing with Gemini energy is that Gemini see both sides of the coin, all right? And that's really the message you're getting here. Any blocks, fears, limitations, you have to stop thinking of limitations and start thinking about the possibilities, all right? You have the ability to unstick yourself. Hi Sagittarius, welcome to Modern Maven Tarot. I'm Andrea Elizabeth, and whenever this tarot reading shows up on your timeline, this message is for you. Thank you so much for joining me today. Quick messages that came out. Interesting because I saw the Hierophant on this deck while I was clearing it, and you did get the Hierophant, I believe last week or in your last monthly extended. But the clear message I got was that there is either something to be taught or something to be learned. Now, depending on where you are in your journey with Pluto and Aquarius, that could be on either side of the coin. However, the big important message I get is that we can all learn something from each other. So for you, a lot was dealing with boundaries with your Saturn direct in Pisces energy, boosting confidence, having boundaries, and asserting yourself. And so we have to look at people where perhaps we see that shadow energy of, the very bold asserting themselves, let's say like an Aries energy, and it rubs us the wrong way. But like, what can we actually learn from that helps us with the Pluto and Aquarius transformation, okay? But I really want you to take a look this week at your Pluto and your North Node. See what sign rules Pluto and your North Node in your chart. See what house it's in. And then I'd also take a look at some of my favorite astrologers, Pam Gregory, Heather Ensworth, Donna Stellhorn. They have wonderful astrology that I think pairs well with tarot readings. But Tower moment, sudden change, like again, Pluto and Aquarius, all right? But the Tower is ruled by Mars, how you assert yourself. So I think this card popped out specifically for that reason, to really ask yourself how you assert yourself. Because the light attribute of Sagittarius, friendly, outgoing, right? But then that shadow attribute is a very blunt and thoughtless energy, okay? And asking you to slow down, all right? You are social, and sometimes we could use that energy of the slowdown, let's say like an earth sign, like a Virgo or a Capricorn, where it's like taking that step back. But speaking of Capricorn, so this is Mars and Capricorn, all right? You're getting a lot of how you assert yourself. So with Pluto and Aquarius and your Pluto and your Mars, I'm getting a message very strongly that we need to rethink the ways in which we assert ourselves and see if there's any aspects of shadow energy. And as always, check out that shadow journal. It's in my link tree. It is less than 5 minutes a day, and it is life-changing. But there are reasons why your shadow feels it needs to take the lead. And when it comes to Mars and how you assert yourself, to me, that is one of the biggest placements that we really need to work through shadow energy. Because honestly, some of us do not assert ourselves enough, and then some of us just use that as a mechanism, right? To shield, the shadow thinks it's shielding, that inner child and protecting it. But impulsive energy too, be mindful of that. This is Scorpio energy, but it's also fire energy. And so I do get this idea of a tug and pull, right? Of like how we assert ourselves and how we go after what we want. So very interesting messages right off the bat. But like I said, I do think it's really connected to your North Node and where you're going, right? Your future. And then also too, you can always look at your South Node, because those are karmic lessons from past lives that can give you a hint possibly as to some of the block spheres limitations, related to your Saturn. But yeah, the houses, the planets, all of that makes a big difference, but it's Pluto and Aquarius coming in, all right? Remember, Pluto is here to transform us personally so that we can collectively feel empowered, empower others, and just celebrate life, right? Because that's what we want to do. Yeah, this is interesting. Again, choices. Another Mars and Aries. Remember, Mars' home is in Aries, and this is about boundaries and how we assert ourselves and walking away from conflict. I'm getting that again, that sense of impulse for conflict, this impulse, shadow energy of Sagittarius with like thoughtless acts. So always, always, always remember we all project, okay? And the only way to really charge forward is to temper that flame with some water, okay? Remember, you are a fire sign. So the fire, you have a choice on how you show your fire, with it being, the torch that wards off people, or the calm fire that provides warmth and light. And sometimes, you do need to have the power of that fire to, ward off, if you will, like things that are to be feared. However, I'm just really getting that your luck is in really rethinking the way you communicate. All right. Having discipline with the way you communicate is how you unlock this beautiful treasure chest. Okay. So let's see what we got going on for Sagittarius. Again, Sagittarius, thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget to hit that like button, comment if it resonates or if you have a question, and subscribe to Modern Maven Tarot. Yeah, and this is interesting too, because this is Moon in Sagittarius. This is feeling like we are tired, right? We just don't have anything left to give. But this is this reminder that there are challenges ahead, but you do have the strength. All right, you have the strength, the discipline, and the power to work through the Pluto energy. Remember, because Pluto is very powerful, but is rebirth, transformation, okay? And for personally and collectively. Also, Moon in Sagittarius. So Moon energy, very important, all right? Perhaps that's in relation to how you express your emotions. Okay, so this is making sense why that Moon energy was there. Last week's energy coming into this week is Two of Cups. This is Cancer energy, Venus in Cancer. And this is harmonious relationships. This could either be enjoying the relationships you have or the yearning for this type of relationship. But the biggest thing I get with this is the divine feminine and the divine masculine, right? And the need to balance that inside. And this week's energy, King of Cups. So King of Cups is nurturing father energy. It's also a reminder to pay attention to your dreams, because there are messages that come from this energy when it comes to the emotional evolution that we all are collectively being asked to transform, and again through all that shadow work that I'm always talking about. But the King of Cups too is also Libra and Scorpio, and so another interesting, like you've been getting some Scorpio messages here, and so Scorpio, death, rebirth, transformation. This is reliable and patient energy too, and so I do feel that whatever this influence is, because the court cards are people in our lives, this can be you or somebody else, but there is a calm, patient energy that is here to help you, okay? And remember, like if it's somebody who has passed that was a very strong influence in your life, that is this mature father energy, you can always close your eyes, sit in silence, and just let the thoughts come to you. And again, let that message go out into the universe of what you want that person to hear. Now, next week's energy, the Strength card, this is Leo, so fire energy. So strength is all about self-discipline. It's also about the concept of gentle power. So like I said, this is that message regarding how you show your fire, because there are two ways to show it. And that gentle power and self-discipline is going to be transformative. So let's clarify these and get a little bit more insight into them, okay? So let's see, why is the Two of Cups here last week for Sagittarius? Because the clarifier will really make sense. Interesting. Okay. All right. So the first clarifiers, and it's going to be rapid moving once we get past whatever this hurdle is. Two of Cups clarified by the Eight of Swords. All right. This is block, fears, limitations. This is always the reminder with the Eight of Swords. Our expansion lies within ourselves. We have to unstick ourselves. You can either visualize that these swords are keeping this person trapped, or you can see how they're there for them to cut through the webs that they're stuck in. And that's how we perceive our situation, okay? And if it's connected to relationships and love, or even relationships with career, relationships with family, we can unstick ourselves. And the big thing with Gemini energy is that Gemini see both sides of the coin, all right? And that's really the message you're getting here. Any blocks, fears, limitations, you have to stop thinking of limitations and start thinking about the possibilities, all right? You have the ability to unstick yourself. And then with that, when we do take that message and we say, you know what? The light comes from within. I am unable to unstick myself. I am in control of my destiny. That's when the emotional renewal comes in. That's when we get that emotional fresh start. And that's when we learn this karmic completion and we can move on to the quote, next level, if you will, because this is ruled by Saturn. Blocks, fears, limitations. Blocks, fears, limitations. You are in control of unsticking yourself and illuminating that coin in the background by knowing that the journey is within. All right, so King of Cups. Why is the King of Cups here for Sagittarius? Why is the King of Cups here? All right, Justice. So a lot of big energy too. Justice is clarity, all right? It's the idea too of understanding cause and effect and the responsibility it takes to know our place in this. And so perhaps this energy, this nurturing divine masculine energy is here to guide you when it comes to that balance of the yin and the yang, the light and the shadow, all right? So going back to the intuitive messages that came in the beginning with how are you showing your fire? Is it the light attributes or the shadow attributes? And how can other people help you and you help others, right? Bringing the scales of balance back into justice for us collectively takes us internally, bringing the scales of justice back into balance. But we are only going to see things clearly when we focus inward, right? Close your eyes and go within. Close your eyes and go within. All right, let's see. Why is the Strength card? Why is the Strength card here? Very, very cool. Interesting. All right, so Four of Cups reversed with the Three of Cups upright. There is, again, this idea of thinking that I'm getting regret, okay? And this idea of like, instead of looking for like ways to be inspired and to see how we can utilize what we have to attain this next cup, there's this feeling of, I got this on Wishing and Hoping and Praying, and this idea that like, we need somebody else to come in, or some other force is what needs to come in, and we're giving away our personal power, all right? And that's something that a lot of signs have gotten this week, and honestly, a lot in general, is we ingrained in the collective unconscious is this this savior, this damsel in distress in the night who comes in and saves you, the prince, who comes in and saves somebody. And that's giving too much energy to outside influence, and it's taking away that personal power, that personal strength, okay, that it takes. And then once we get over that, like there's a celebration. And so here too, this energy is like this idea of, wow, when I do tame that flame, when I do have that self-discipline and that courage to, instead of dreaming about it, go out and achieve it, boom, we have something to celebrate, okay? It also can indicate too next week that there is an actual celebration to participate in, a party, a wedding, so take that how it resonates. But the biggest thing about the Three of Cups is enjoying the abundance that you have, okay? See, this is actually perfect too, because instead of again, hoping and wishing and praying for this cup that's not here, you celebrate those 3 cups that are in front of you right now, okay? All right, so let's get an empowering question for Sagittarius. Why is Sagittarius feeling this block? I love this. How do I show love to myself and to others? Because again, you have so much related to love and emotions. How do I show love to myself and to others? I think the biggest thing here, though, because of all this internal work, is how do you show love to yourself? Okay? All right, so let's see what archetypal. Clearly, there's people influencing your life with the King and the Queen here. So what archetypal energy is affecting Sagittarius this week? Remember, this can be you or somebody in your life. We all play characters in each other's lives, Sagittarius. The most important part is for you to be the hero of your own journey. Magical child, light attributes, seeing the potential for sacred beauty in all things, the belief that everything is possible. The belief that everything is possible. Shadow attributes, pessimism, depression, and disbelief in miracles, believing that energy and action are not required for growth. So I'm getting a strong sense that this is either you or somebody who is strongly influencing your perception, projecting this shadow energy, because that is everything that I was just talking about with that Four of Cups, okay? All right, so we're going to get one clarifier and then we're going to close this out. Again, thank you so much for joining me, Sagittarius. Please don't forget to hit that like button, comment, share with somebody who needs to hear this message, and subscribe to Modern Maven Tarot. All right, clarifier for Sagittarius. What clarifier is going to help Sagittarius this week? Just that hoping and wishing and praying. I love seeing the Empress. All right, so Venus energy, Earth energy, the Empress, again, taking pleasure in life, all right? Satisfaction, patience, nurturing mother energy. Again, Venus, so much Venus energy. I'm really getting, all right, all of this blocked energy, like you have to believe that everything is possible and showing love to yourself. And if this isn't a message for you, Sagittarius, there is somebody in your life, in your inner circle, who really needs to hear this message from you. Because remember, Sagittarius, that friendly, warm energy is so powerful. I have a lot of very close Sagittarians in my life, and the love, the support, and that warm, nurturing fire energy is so important in people's lives. So remember how special you are, and always shine your inner light. You've got this.